today I'm going to introduce the unit for poetry. So by the end of class, you will be able to classify the different elements of poetry. So I want to do a quick activity with you guys beforehand. I know that poetry sometimes can be a little difficult to interpret, so I thought that we would look at a song first and see how a song can have different elements of poetry as well. So how many guys know the song by Katy Perry, Roar? Anybody? Anybody? I would, but I don't have my singing voice on today, so I have lyrics instead. So I'm going to have you guys look at the lyrics to this song. I defined some of the elements of metaphor, simile, tone, and mood. You don't necessarily have to know these things. I just want to see if you can identify them or classify them off the top of your head. But if you feel like you need to look at the definition as well as some examples, feel free to do so as well. So you can go ahead and get started once you have one. And if you have any questions, just ask me. You can put an S next to the lyric for simile. You can put an M. You can do anything to signify that you think that it's a metaphor, a simile, something that identifies the tone, the mood, and just take a minute or two to identify it, classify it. Alrighty, so you can stop where you're at right now. This is just a quick activity to introduce some of the elements of poetry. How do you guys feel about it? Do you feel like it was easy to identify in a song that you may or may not know? Yes? Well, very good. So today we are going to look at a poem by Maya Angelou called Alone, and we will look at those elements. And we'll talk about how those elements help identify a tone or the mood of the poem. So I'm going to fast forward. It's in the class, and we just got done reading Maya Angelou's Alone. And so I want just to be sure that you have a clear understanding of what a metaphor is and what a simile is, as well as the tone and the mood of the poem. So I want you to grab your activity that you did in the beginning of class and turn it over. And you can choose one of these sentences for me, or you can do both, whichever you prefer. This is going to be your way to leave the classroom. So if the bell rings and you're not done with one of the sentences, you'll still have to stay with me and finish it, and we can talk about it if you feel like you didn't get a clear understanding. So you can go ahead and fill those out. You turn it over, write down the word you can't want to.
Okay, we're done. Is that?
Yep.
Okay.